In this demonstration, we are going to see what is substitution strings in Oracle Apex. I'm here in the official documentation page by Oracle, that is for Apex. I'm here in the App Builder Users Guide. From the table of content, I have navigated to App Builder Concepts, then the using substitution strings. Here Oracle has mentioned each and every step in detail how we can work with the substitution strings. Now substitution strings could be something wherein user should be able to create some bind kind of variables so that at the runtime Oracle Apex can inject the value. For example, when we were working with email template, in the email template we had created the substitution string something like hash, the value, that is the variable name, and the hash. So this will be used at the runtime to inject the value. In some of the cases when you are working with Apex page, you might enter this kind of values, like here you can tell like p status underscore id and the dot. This is called as one of the substitution string so that it will refer to one of the items on this page or the variables if you created. Suppose if you're working with Oracle Apex pages or the workflow, this will be the same. And in case if you are going for some SQL query, if you go over here and change from this to SQL query, in this case what you can do is you can put where condition and you can refer something like this, id is equal to and the id. Suppose if it is coming from one of the page items, then you can tell p4 underscore id, something like this. This is called as bind variable kind of substitution string. And if you are using PLSQL, then you can refer with the help of v. So we'll see how we can do the same shortly. Now we'll see what are the substitution strings available in Oracle Apex in this demonstration. Now first and the foremost thing is this kind of substitution string, which is available most popularly in the email templates, so that when we consume such kind of templates, it will be available over here. We can pass the values, we can map the values. So in detail we had covered this concept in the email template class. Now there are three things. We have to refer the page or application items in all caps. It's always good practice to name your variables, parameters, page items, everything in the capital letters so that we can refer it over here using the ampersand or using a period. This is for the session state for the page and the application item. Suppose if you want to create the substitution strings for any of the items over here, here you have to refer with the help of ampersand and then the substitution string name and the period, that is dot. Suppose if you want to refer to any of the page item and application item, whatever it is, you can refer it like this. You might tell, I have created one item, page item, and it is having the special character. Then how I can access? You can just wrap it with the double quotes and then you will be able to refer that particular page item or the application item. Suppose if you want to instruct the HTML, that is to escape special characters, then you can tell exclamation mark, then the HTML and then the dot. This is the most popular security technique in order to avoid the cross-site scripting attacks in the browser. So you can use this best practice. So these are a couple of ways how you can refer to your page items or the application items. This is all respect to the HTML, how you can escape the special characters, how you can escape the characters in the HTML attribute context. Suppose if you are creating this within the interactive grid or the columns, you can use like this in order to escape. Suppose if you have created any of the page items with the reserved words in the JavaScript, then you can escape those with the help of like this. Whenever you are referring, just put exclamation mark and the JS. So in most of the cases, we don't use this escaping HTML and the JS. From the beginning of the project creation, you should be very careful. You don't use any reserved words in the JavaScript and the HTML so that you can avoid this kind of thing. We will most of the time use ampersand ename dot only and like this hash ename hash in case of email templates and the reports. Here are few links Oracle has created. Suppose if you are looking for any substitution string for app ID, like suppose if you want to know how I can retrieve the app ID, then you can refer using this application underscore ID or app ID. This is the bind parameter. Suppose if you are creating any SQL query, you can pass something like this. Suppose if you are having a PLSQL, direct PLSQL, where Oracle has created some blocks over here, wherein you will be having a option to provide the PLSQL block. For example, over here, Oracle didn't provide the PLSQL direct block. So in this case, you cannot use this kind of syntax. Suppose if you are writing a custom PL/SQL code within your processes within the processing tab, then you can go for the NV in order to refer to particular substitution string. So this will be used for the attributes available over here within the page item or the application item in order to refer the substitution strings. It could be a Oracle created substitution string like a app ID and session ID over here. All these kind of things are created by Oracle, or it could be a user created. Now here in this case, app builder session, this is Oracle created substitution string, not the user created. Like this, Oracle has provided the details for each and everything over here, how we can get the workspace ID, the schema owner, so and so forth. Everything you can get it like this. SQL error message, sysdate, that is in the format, whatever you want, you can get something like this. Now when it comes to referring within the SQL query, this is how you can use, that is the colon and then followed by the substitution string name. Direct PLSQL means wherever it supports the PLSQL block in any of the attributes like the page item, application item, or the column, wherever it is, you can provide. Suppose if you are creating within the processes, you can refer something like this using the V. And in the attributes, you can use substitution string, something like this. Wherever you see substitution string, they are referring to over here the page items, application items, or in the template options if they are created where it supports overriding the values. Now this comes to the email template kind of things, template substitution. So we had seen these cases in the email template where we created few substitution strings and we tried to override it. So like this, we have seen what are substitution strings, what is the documentation. Suppose if you are looking for any of the substitution string, you can anytime come to this particular page and you can have a look at the same. Now, if you are getting a doubt like how I can get the logged in user ID or the username, then you can use the substitution string, which should be able to get the value of the logged in user. So sky is the only limit when we are building applications using Oracle Apex. Almost all the features are available within the Oracle Apex. It just takes some minutes in order to explore the features from Oracle documentation.